Gotta wait for Matt to
Finally,
leave.
dude.
Jesus.
He kept being like,
Literally
yo, talking
can't
to the
start a
mic.
podcast with this guy.
This guy's always in the fucking room. Jesus fucking God, man. Finally, dude.
Nice socks.
He's gone.
Ah. Oh my God, my neck just cramped.
Your neck cramped from laughing?
Yeah. That's a good way to start it off. Explain the socks.
Explain the socks. Alexis's mom
Explain
got
the
them for me.
socks. Huh? What? What are they?
Alexis's mom got them for me. They're
Gryffindor?
Arizona State.
Yeah.
They're from Arizona. Dude, it is hot as fuck here.
In here?
Out there.
Oh, yeah.
Out there is ridiculous. I got locked out for 45 seconds and was like,
It's a wonderful day out.
it is a nice
What
day.
a wonderful day. I should go outside and play. Ain't no need to sit inside the house and hibernate. Hi, Renee. I was just about to toss a live grenade in your driveway and drive away. Are you afraid of a blade made with a razor with AIDS blood dripping from it, ripping your stomach out from the waist up? You talk a lot of shit, but you was never ill, though. I'm sick enough to beat you to death with a feather pillow. Tipped over some cows just for a joke and a laugh. Jumped up, choked a giraffe, snapped his neck and broke it in half. I'm waging wars. Went on stage and sprayed cage with Asian orators. An Asian source. Those are Arizona
It's pretty
socks.
hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot out there.
Dude, it's so hot. I remember back in my Addy days, it's so much worse. It was so much worse when I'd walk outside, like after a 2-day bender,
And you had
I'd
the
have to
lights
go
on?
outside to like go get food or something. It would be so hot. It would like hurt. It's not that bad now.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was just trapped out there, locked out of the Garage Mahal. And
just standing out there like, oh
damn
my
it.
God, it's so fucking
It's like
hot.
just in the shade, still just like, dude.
Is that why you had to
Come
come
on.
in here and grab a fucking brewski?
Yeah, I think it is. It's been a brewski type week for me.
Same. Just kidding. No, it hasn't.
Dude, yesterday on stream we did a 64 team bracket of the 64 whitest songs we could think of.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet.
What do you think won?
I saw it was Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, Sweet Caroline won.
And then second place was
It's like Fireflies and Living on a Prayer.
what did Cotton Eye Joe get? I saw
it
there.
got top 16. But it was so white that it was a meme. You know what I mean? So like we didn't let it get farther than that.
Sweet I ain't gonna lie. I never heard Sweet Caroline until I moved here and like went to.
So you moved here?
Yeah, we
Wow.
went to Scruffy's.
Yeah.
And it was like me, you, Roger, Seth, probably like Matt, some other people maybe. And the song came on and everyone's sweet. I was so pissed off. I never heard the song in my life, and everyone's like, that song comes on and every white person sings along. It just, I don't know, something about the song just pisses me off.
No, yeah.
But every white person knows it except me.
Yeah. No, I used to work at wedding like place place where they have receptions at weddings. And so I would always they would always be dancing and I'd go around to get their food and stuff.
I don't know how I never heard it.
I probably heard that song. I mean, there's not a wedding, there's not a white person wedding in the world, probably, where that song doesn't play.
It wouldn't be played at mine.
Yeah, it won't be played at mine.
I don't know why everyone's like happiness to that song like angers me.
Yeah. Same. I don't know what it is either.
You don't like, you're not one of those who like sings along with it and just get hype when it comes on.
No, but then it's one of those. It's like it's kind of like Life is a Highway. Have you ever seen that?
Life is a highway. That's a banger.
Is that the song from? Have you ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
I don't know.
Well, regardless, I think it's Life is a Highway. There's a tape in somebody's car that is stuck on one song, and they can't get the tape out or the CD out. They can't get it out, so it's stuck on Life is a Highway at all times. And so there's like a huge road trip that they go.
Familiar.
A huge road trip that they go on, and they're like, "Dude, I hate this song," and then he's like, "It'll come back. It'll come back."
That's almost how I remember when I first started driving, how we just had CDs, and I would have like one CD and it would just like be inserted and it would play. I would have like the whole CD memorized because every single time I got in my car, it would just play that one artist, that one album, and it wasn't like
that was literally
how it is
the
now.
Scuf house.
CDs?
That was literally my car in the Scuf house.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we always had Take Care. It was one of the Drake albums. Dude, Take Care was in the Jeep for like 6 months at one point.
Wait, and your car, we couldn't even, because it wasn't on a phone, so we didn't even we couldn't fast forward or like.
You could skip tracks.
Yeah. Damn, the Jeep.
Dude, I used to have a center console on my car in high school where you take out this like brick. And then the brick has like different CD slots.
Uh-huh.
And so you could put like 10 CDs and then put it back in. So you'd have to memorize which CD was in which spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then there was also a shuffle option that was like, I think it was way ahead of its time, but also didn't really work correctly, where it would shuffle a song between all 10 CDs. But in order to get to the song, it would take like a minute and a half. Because you would hear one CD
I didn't even
leave,
know that was a thing.
One CD go back in, and then go.
Did you ever burn CDs?
Yes.
Yeah. What was the program?
LimeWire?
LimeWire? Was that it?
Yeah.
What was the one before that?
Napster.
I don't think I really used that.
No. Everyone just used Napster wasn't illegal, was it? Until Metallica made it illegal. It was something like, there's some story in there.
Why? Wait, why? They just like sued him or something?
Yeah, they sued them because they weren't getting any money for their music.
Damn.
But so then like LimeWire was very obviously illegal. I can't believe it didn't get like shut down.
Yeah, right? And it was up for so long. I think, could you download anything else but music? Or was it just music?
No, yeah, I downloaded iRobot.
So movies?
You could put movies
Porn.
on your yeah, well you would they were for some reason there was a lot of stuff hidden in there. Like it was, you know what it probably was? I'm just figuring this out as a 29-year-old. You know how like sometimes you would download a Pokemon Season 2, Episode 1, and then it would be a porn.
Mm.
That was like a thing.
Yeah.
And I was always like, so is somebody like coding these to like trick people into downloading stuff that's porn? Like what is the humor behind that? But I bet you it was people that were uploading it. And then they were like, hey, if you want to watch a porn and you want to disguise it, Pokemon Season 2, Episode 2 is, Bad MILFs Are Us.
That makes sense.
And I bet you that's
so
how
then
it
your
probably...
parents wouldn't see it.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
your
like,
parents...
he has their whole album.
He
has the whole
Pokemon season.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, that's probably why. I don't know how I'm just figuring this out. Because I was just like, there's no way that somebody's just joking or like somebody's uploading porn and titling it. I mean, there is a way. It's the internet, but just like somebody's giggling to themselves.
Back in those days, if you would see like any porn, you would like, this will work. Nowadays, it's like you skim through fucking... Well, actually, I don't know about anyone else, but it's like, gotta find the perfect one. But back then, it was just like, you just take what you can get, and it's good enough.
I don't even know if it was like that back in the day for me.
Bro, I remember, now that I'm thinking of it.
Just like if I randomly watched late night music videos on BET, that was enough.
What was it? What was that called? Was it BET Uncut or something? Nelly Tip Drill. Fucking, yeah, those were the days. Bro, I remember when I was like 12, now that I'm thinking of it, this is weird. My friend went on some like, I don't know, I really have no idea what he did, but long story short, some woman, which I'm sure it wasn't a woman, that he was like chatting with online, would send him like nudes, and he would print them out on his printer, and it would literally be like just like a naked woman, like spread open, titties out. And we were like 12, 13. And now that I'm thinking of it, it's like, what the fuck was that?
He just went on Google Images.
I don't think so. Like, I think he was actually chatting with someone.
Damn.
Which, I mean, obviously, it's not this fucking hot woman sending him
He's 12 years
and
old.
Shit.
No, that was for sure a sketchy situation that your friend got involved in.
Yeah, 12, 13, just doing that shit.
I wonder what the earliest like cell phone naked picture that was sent. It was probably the day after cameras were made on phones.
When were cameras? Did like a BlackBerry had a camera, right?
Yeah, it was early. It was like the Motorola Razr days, right? Like maybe a little bit before that.
If you had a Razr, a BlackBerry, you were so cool.
Yeah.
I had I remember, was it called a Sidekick, where you like flipped it up and it was like a whole ass keyboard.
Oh, you flipped it up on its side, right? It was touchscreen on the front?
Excuse me. No, it wasn't touchscreen. It was like, I think it was called a Sidekick. It was such like a, I had, my first cell phone was a track phone where you had to like buy minutes and shit.
Oh,
and it had like all it had on it was like Worm and phone calls. Like, I don't think there was like text or anything. And then all of my friends would have like
Snake.
Yeah, what's a worm?
I don't know.
It's snake.
I was like, what is worm? I was like, that did not sound right.
Yeah, no, snake. And all of my friends had Blackberries, Razors, and then I finally got this. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Yes, this Sidekick cell phone. This, you don't remember this phone?
What does the front look like?
Like you just you flip it up. You can like fold that top part down. But I went from like a track phone to that, and I was so fucking hype. I thought I was so cool.
Yeah, I had something like that, but it was like touchscreen. It was like touchscreen on the front, and I remember thinking I was so fucking cool.
Touchscreen.
It was touchscreen on the front, but it flipped up with a full keyboard. God,
dude, people
people
these days, literally their first cell phone's an iPhone.
An iPhone.
Like Bella.
Yeah.
She has an
iPhone?
8. Yeah. Holly got her one.
Holly.
Yeah, and she's 8.
8 years old. When was your first phone?
I think 6th grade.
Damn.
So how old was I?
Mine was
6th
9th grade.
Really?
I was
think
like
I had a
15.
track phone in 7th grade. 7th grade.
Yeah, my mom. I'd asked my parents for a cell phone for like 3 years, because everyone in middle school had a cell phone, and then they're like, "How do I?" And I was giving out my home phone, and then that's probably when my phone anxiety started.
Phone anxiety.
I don't want people to call me.
You have phone anxiety?
Yeah, like whenever I have to call someone or something,
yeah.
I'm always just like,
dude, holy shit, me too.
And
that is fucking
like,
hell. Or if I get a call,
dude,
I'm like, I probably don't answer 90% of my calls.
Yeah.
But then, like, the ones I do answer, it's like I'm like, it's ringing for a while, and I'm like, and then I can't just like be laying there and pick it up. It's like I have to pick it up, and then I'm like walking around or like,
yeah.
That's
Dude.
Funny. Damn, I didn't even think about giving it a name. Phone anxiety. I'm glad someone else has it though.
Yeah, the first time I heard it is Nade told me he had it, because I had contacted him like 5 or 6 times about a tournament, and he never got back to me.
Like this,
or maybe it was like Jack.
Even after he blew up and shit.
Nade?
Yeah. Like when he's Nade,
yeah,
like 100 Thieves Nade?
Oh, that's what it was. It was Nade said he wanted to talk to me whenever we were up in Limbo. And so he said he would like to talk. He would like to talk to me. You don't have it at all?
Nah. We got to end this.
It's good, man. No, we don't have to end this.
I'm kidding.
Nade said, hey, we should talk soon. And this was like before I was signed to Huntsman. And so I was like, yeah, I'd love to talk. So then I hit him up like twice or something like that, and he never responded. And then
Like called him twice?
I like texted him and DM'd him. And then I remember like messaging Jack, and he was like, yeah, Nate has like really bad phone anxiety. And so, and then I was like,
yes, I gotta see.
I was like, it makes, dude, when I wake up, my phone is like, I have to figure something out. I think I have to like figure out what is bringing notifications to my phone and what's not. Because when I literally, the homepage, I have to scroll. And it
Really?
like, it's all like different text threads.
I know me and none of the people watching can relate to that.
But it's all like Slack notifications and email, and it's so much. And I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
And that's my first thought every morning.
That's not a good way to start your day either.
For the last 6 months, that's been my first thought.
Like instantly you wake up and you pick up your phone and it's instantly like,
it's just like, dude.
God. Is it like I got to do this? I got to call this person.
It's not
figure this out.
Kinda, but not so much really. It's just there's a lot that's happening in so many different areas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's always updates and always like, yeah, and then sometimes there's things that like need to be done as well.
I am so happy dude, I need more people to be like transparent about their like issues. Like hearing someone like Nate well, first off, I thought it was just me because I'm weird, but like hearing you say that and then hearing that Nate has like as successful as he is and how many, I don't even know it's hard to even believe it with Nate. Because I'm sure he's in like meetings. He's like sort of conducting the meetings. He's like speaking in front of everyone.
It could have just been like, he said, hey, I want to talk. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm joining 100 Thieves. And so then I like hit him up a couple times and he was like, yo, Jack. That could have been the case.
Maybe.
But I don't think so.
Maybe.
Because Nate's tweeted out a few times like a funny message with somebody, and then he has like 400 text messages. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, I can get, it gets to a point where you're just like, I'm that way with email as well. It's just like, dude, there's so many emails. There's so many.
Is that what your life is? Or I guess you have a lot more emails now than like ever before.
Yeah, well, there's an
Since
email.
You're a little dabbled into the corporate world.
There's like an email that is sent for every meeting that you're a part of, and then there's a follow-up email that is sent afterwards, and then also there's like the email threads that are, and so it's just like 30 emails a day or something like that.
I feel like I've sent 30 emails in my life.
That's how I've never
until
used.
This.
I still don't really use it.
Oh, you just check them.
There's like a Slack, and Slack is like Discord. So I just tell everyone to just, hey, like if you need me, please just DM me on Slack, because I'm not gonna. I wonder how many emails I have right now. Let's see.
I don't think I've ever deleted an email either. I have
this right here,
thousands and thousands of emails.
This is my email.
How many?
9,308.
What the fuck? Wait, will mine say that?
But I have a OpTic email, 2 regular emails, and a TST email. So
I don't even know how to like. Yeah, mine just says like 99 plus.
Dude, what we were talking about with like calling and stuff, like whenever, now that I'm like helping out Roger and stuff, it's like every once in a while I was like, hey, can you do this? And sometimes it's like, hey, can you figure out what's going on over here, and like call people. And so for the first time in my life, I'm like calling random people. And
hey, what's up? It's Davis.
Hey, it's Davis. So one of the things that whenever we were trying to announce the Apex team, I was trying to call and book the voice actress for Horizon, one of the characters that the guys plays, and have her like read a script as Horizon. So I went to go call her talent agency, and I'm literally sitting there in an Uber, and I'm like, we announce in 5 days. If we're going to do something this cool, I have to be the one to do this.
Yeah.
So I remember looking at the phone number and just like, and I just literally
I want to hear
sat
more.
there.
See, I like hearing about people's like.
I sat there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, when I went to the DMV to get my tags.
I just love hearing other people's like, not insecurities, but like their, I don't know.
No, it's a lot of mine like comes from like the Blake says I have I'm anxious of like the man, like the government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was sitting in line because whenever I went, okay, 2 stories. I went to go get the business account set up for TST at Wells Fargo, and so I had to go into a bank. I had to get my own bank account because I was using a credit union in North Carolina, so I had to get my own bank account and then set up a TST business bank account. And I was literally like in the parking lot, like, dude, I can do this tomorrow. Like, I can do this tomorrow. And then I was like, if I don't go in there, I won't do it. So I went in there. And I remember her being like, do you have this sheet that you need? And I had this like whole booklet of stuff and I was just like freaking out going through it in front of her. And I was like, she was like, oh no, this is it's fine. It's fine. I think she could like tell. And, I got out of it, and I got the TST account and I was like, yes. But also the worst one was when I was getting my tags for my car. I was sitting in the line at the DMV. Literally, there's no music there. It's just people, and you can hear the conversations with the people up front. Like you go up to a little counter. And as I was in the line, I was physically shaking. Like my hands were literally shaking. All because I just needed tags on my car.
Yeah.
And I was just...
Yes, man.
But like up until that point, I've been like driving, like avoiding cops because I still had my temporary tags on for like 6 months after.
You don't even want to know like your registration sticker. You don't even want to know what date mine says. Mine says like October 2021. Like that's pretty fucking bad.
That's pretty bad.
And the place that we get a new one at is right beside our apartments. You know that like library thingy?
That's where I was.
Yeah. Oh,
when
really?
I was shaking. Yeah.
Really?
On top
in
of
that line?
In that line.
That's fucking funny. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Well, of course I'm not the only one that like goes through that, but like it's funny how cool people like the people working there, they see me in line and they just look up, see like a redhead guy with like tattoos, and I'm just like chilling. But in my head, I'm like, I'm like listening to every conversation.
Right.
I'm hearing the people in front of me saying like what they have, and then like the worker is saying what you need, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have that.
Yeah.
And like, God, fuck.
I always go up and like make a little like self-demeaning joke and then keep it rolling.
Yeah.
I go up there and like, hey man, I just hope I have all the things I need.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like,
I usually do that too. Like I'll walk up and be like, I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing.
yeah, right.
And even like
set the bar low.
Yeah. I always set the bar
Me
low.
too.
Even bro, I was on my bike and I pulled up to a red light, and this like crotch rocket pulls up beside me. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, I know we're going to look at each other. It's like, this is a bike thing. This is my first bike interaction. So I like pop open my like face mask or whatever. And he's like, that shit, or he just said something like, that shit looks sick. I'm like, thanks, man. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just got it. So if you see me, I didn't say this, but like, so if you see me stalling at this red light, just know. And then he literally pulled off wheeling and just like
No
instantly.
way.
Yeah.
What a douche. Especially to do that right after you said you didn't know what you were doing.
But the thing is, that'll be me.
No, it will not. You will not be wheeling.
Eventually, I'm going to learn to wheelie on my bike. Bro, that's part of the fun. Wheeling's safe.
No, it is not.
I ain't going to lie, though. I watched so many moto vlogs, and they literally... And I think there's like a big bike scene in Dallas. I'm not sure, though. And they literally just go like 160, like weaving through cars, and like it's crazy. There'll be like 100 of them out at once, and they're just fucking flying. And I'm like, I think I've gone up to 80 like downhill on my bike, and even then I'm like fucking scared shitless.
Yeah, that sounds horrifying.
I remember when I first got my bike, like probably riding it for like a few hours or like a day or two, and then I finally like got the balls to go to like 55 miles per hour, and I was like, oh my fucking god. Like it's so windy, you have like no wind protection, so it's like you're holding on like pretty tight, and it's just like, I don't know,
it's like the earth is trying to, it doesn't want you on the bike. It wants you.
Like if I relax, I'd probably like just get blown off. Especially with the winds in Texas, it's so windy some days that it makes it like sometimes I'll go out for a ride, but it's like windy as fuck. So it's like I don't even enjoy it because my bike's like sort of
that sounds
doing
terrifying.
a little jiggle. It folds. I want to see you wiggle for sure. But yeah, it's pretty sketchy.
I saw a clip of a DJ playing that song at an event.
I might have seen that.
And then it was like a boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden it's just, my money don't jiggle, jiggle. And everyone goes, it falls. And I was like, dude.
It's fucking crazy.
Like, what is that app doing?
Even the guy, dude, TikTok's nuts. That guy, what did he do that on? I've seen the original clip of him like saying it, and he's like
that girl.
he's like getting interviewed.
It's that really funny girl in England that interviews people.
She interviews like
Jack Harlow and like famous people.
Yeah, what was she interviewing him for?
I don't. They have they have like a really funny connection. Those two. They're like always. You can't tell if they're flirting or not.
Who, Jack
Harlow and that girl. Yeah. I can't remember her name.
I saw the clip of that. He's like, do I make you nervous?
And she's like, no. But then she's like, you can like kind of tell.
Yeah.
They like go back. They like jive pretty well.
But I wonder why was she interviewing the wiggle guy? Jiggle.
I don't know. I didn't even know. I obviously I didn't.
Like, how did he get fucking
the wiggle guy?
What the fuck did that come from?
My money don't.
I saw like I think the
it kind of goes hard.
It does kind of.
My money don't jiggle, it folds. That kind of.
What does that mean? Oh, it's not
change. It's dollar
money?
Bills. Yeah.
Oh my God. My money don't jiggle, it folds. I want to see you wiggle
for sure.
So he's trying to get a bitch to twerk on him.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
My money don't jiggle, it folds. That shit's hard.
Right?
I want to see you wiggle for sure.
Some dribble. You know.
Riding in my
Fiat.
You really got to see
really
it.
Want to see it.
6'2" in a compact.
6'2" in a compact. No slack. That shit's kind of. I mean, it's good.
Damn.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I forget what he made that for though. TikTok is like, do you think,
dude,
say someone looks at my YouTube,
I think it's ruining humanity, but yeah, keep going. What were you saying?
Say someone looks at my YouTube, they see I have whatever I have, like 240, 250 subs, 250K to whatever I have. And then on their TikTok, they have 1 million followers. Like, do they think their million is like the same as?
Yeah, well,
like they think it's just another platform.
I think it depends. Like, oh wait, are you saying somebody that blew up on TikTok?
I'm saying, do they think their 1 million is equivalent on TikTok is equivalent to someone with 1 million on YouTube?
It depends.
I'm sure there's definitely people that think like, damn, I got 1 million followers. Like, I'm as famous as this guy who has 1 million on YouTube.
Yeah, that's not the case.
But I have, it's like, it's not fake view. Well, it's not fake views. It is views, but it's like just not.
In order to be like a good content creator, you have to like transcend your one platform.
I have seen the absolute most basic, like not funny, not just crazy basic videos with like 100K views.
Yeah.
And like, or like
there's some
70K.
Like,
I've seen some with like 140K likes, and it's nothing.
Yeah, it's like nothing. Yeah. It's like a half-assed dance video or something. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a hater, and I should have got on TikTok.
Yeah, you are a hater. Dude. I'm surprised you didn't get on TikTok.
I don't know what I would do.
I think there's somebody. I was just thinking about this while you were talking. Like, I think there's somebody out there that could go through all like the funny moments in Flycast history and make like a Flycast TikTok. I bet you there's like we have enough moments.
Yeah.
All the way
Who
back to
out
like
there wants to do that? You can put your what's it called, watermark on the vid, very small at the bottom right. Just clip them all. Flycast TikTok, Flycast, Patreon. We doing a Patreon?
Yeah. Well, we started thinking about it after you and Matt had that conversation that had to get cut on a couple Flycasts ago. That we saved the conversation. It was just too raunchy for the OpTic video. For like to go on the OpTic Nation channel.
Yeah.
So
I'm
saved
fine
that.
with it, but it was too long. I don't even know what Matt kept in. I didn't like watch to see what he kept.
He didn't keep anything in.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even have mind if he kept like the main parts, but it was just like too long. It was 20 minutes of talking about like massage fucking happy endings.
Yeah, well, but yeah, we're thinking about doing a Patreon starting like probably next week.
Yeah, we want to do a
like
Patreon
extra 30 minutes of podcast and then like a Q&A every week.
Yeah, we got to figure out something like interesting. You know, Adam from No Jumper.
Yeah,
he said, I think he was breaking down like how much is No Jumper and then like everything under that sort of like makes a month, and he was breaking down, and he said like most of their income comes from Patreon.
Yeah,
but it's like I have never made a Patreon. I've never looked at a Patreon, so I don't even know what kind of content you could put on Patreon.
Yeah, you could put like
if you have any ideas, let us know, please.
I know The Yard, which is another podcast in gaming. They are like murdering it on Patreon. Like that's like why the podcast is still, or that's why like the biggest success of the podcast.
The only thing I can think of is,
but they do another hour. They do an hour for YouTube for everyone, and then they do another hour every single podcast for Patreon. So they talk for 2 hours a week, basically.
What if I always wanted to do, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but for the bar or whatever, are you going to be like interviewing people or just like a one-on-one podcast?
It's going to be more of like an interview. Because
my favorite things to watch is sort of like interviews.
Yeah.
Or like when, Zane Lowe.
Yeah.
That interviews like every big artist that's about to have an album drop. Like it's like, I guess it can be podcasty at times, but it's mostly like he knows what questions and topics and shit that the people want to hear and that he wants to hear. And I almost want to do something like that, but with like a guest or something.
Yeah.
Like when we get Scump on here next week.
Yeah.
Like have I don't know, some kind of like questions.
Yeah, like
or
that's kind of what I'm doing for the bar podcast. Is like I'm like really like researching people. Like I want to like research people and like ask them cool questions.
I always wanted to do that. That's like my favorite type of.
Do you watch Hot Ones
stuff? Yeah.
He's the best. He's the best ever.
Stuff like that. Like I love stuff like that. I like podcasts as well. And like it depends. Like even like Joe Rogan, he'll have some guests and it's like sometimes they're just like I enjoy sort of hearing him talk, but I'm more interested, and I don't know if everyone's like this, because I know some people just enjoy hearing people fucking talk. But if I'm like, say Jamie Foxx, like I know Jamie Foxx is, and I know what he does.
Yeah.
And I could care less about him having a random conversation. I want to know like how it got started.
Right,
what was his high school life like? Did he play sports?
Right,
when was this, that, whatever?
It's like imagine being like Elizabeth Olsen and like doing a press run for Avengers. You know that like you're probably going to get interviewed 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
87 of those interviewers are going to ask you about Mary-Kate and Ashley. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I bet you that's so frustrating.
I would ask about Mary-Kate and Ashley, but I would like ask like who was your maybe I would be the basic interviewer. Like who was your favorite person?
Who's your favorite sister?
Who's your favorite who did everyone hate on set? Or who was your favorite person on set to work with? Or like I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be a good question, but I think
it's just something. Like when I saw that she was on Hot Ones, I was like, I know for a fact Sean is not going to ask her about Mary-Kate and Ashley, Because
she was on there?
Yeah.
And you watched it?
Yeah.
And he didn't?
And he didn't.
Yeah.
Because he always finds out like obviously people want to know certain. I think Hot Ones is one of the best shows in media history. I dead ass do.
It's a fucking hit every time.
Every time it is a hit.
Yeah.
And it's because he does a perfect balance of asking people questions that they want to know the answer to, but asking it in a way where it hasn't been asked 100 times.
To where they hear it and they're like, oh shit.
Right.
Yeah, like
if
that's a good question.
If he asked
and then they
you-
break it down for fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah. If he would ask you something, he would ask you something about Hagerstown. He would ask you something about rehab.
He would figure out something from Hagerstown that happened to me.
Right.
Like he calls my mom and he's like, when you wrote that note to that kid in 5th grade, what exactly did it say for you to get suspended?
And
I'm just, what the fuck?
But also he does it. That's like one section is like people want to know what the Rock was like in Hawaii. People want to know what that was like. So he does a good job of asking those questions, but he also does a good job of asking the guest questions that the guest is passionate about, because the people also like seeing like when other people are passionate. Like if he would probably ask you something about like, what about 90s rap is just so much better than whatever, and then you could just immediately,
or you would somehow know Mobb Deep is my favorite 90s rap group, and he says like, yeah, and
then he would be like, what is it? And you could just see it in your eyes that you're going back and you're like re-rapping everything, and I don't know, that's just, he just does a perfect balance of those two things.
What the Bose? What did Bose say?
What?
Bose texts me, he just goes, rage tonight. The thing is, I know he's not fucking serious.
Dude, Bose probably gets so bored so often that he's just funny to people.
I wish there was a cameraman that followed Bose around.
Me too.
Just to see. Because I know what I do, and it ain't fucking much. Like, people would be very surprised of how much I do nothing. And, like, I'm almost getting to a point now where I'm, like, starting to hate it. Like, I'm, like, actually going outside, like...
I think you'd be surprised how many people think that you do nothing.
How many people actually like truly know? Like they're like, no, we know.
No, we're not surprised.
That's exactly how we thought of you. Actually, wait, you do go out? That's crazy.
Oh, you go get food?
I actually have been like venturing out of my apartment. I feel like it's like the first time in my life I've like gone out, not even necessarily like out to a bar or a club or something, but like the first time it's like I'll just like find something to do. Most of the time it involves Ace TV, but it's like I'm like,
Aaron lives here?
Yeah, he lives downtown.
What do you think of the whole shit that's happening in Halo? Sorry, I know it's a huge change of direction.
Whatever. What do you mean? How fucking shit it is?
No.
Team changes?
Team changes.
Has it been announced?
Is
it public?
It's been rumored.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That Bound is going to phase.
No, Bound.
Well, Bound is going to Cloud9.
Yeah,
which means Renegade is leaving.
Did you watch the tournament yesterday? Was Bound playing with C9 or?
Yeah, he was playing with C9.
Oh shit! Really? Okay then.
I'm like 90%.
I'm not
sure.
surprised that TJ's allegedly getting dropped. I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to anyone from Sentinels. I haven't talked to fucking anyone really. But it's just as much. Well, I sort of know some behind. Well, fuck. I don't know how much I can say. But yeah, apparently something's going the fuck down. And it would be. It's not 100%. I can tell you that much. But apparently, Renegade joining Sentinels.
Yeah,
Bound joining C9. I wouldn't be surprised if TJ got dropped.
I saw that Snipe Down said he's coming back because he was on the he's been on the fence for a couple weeks about whether to go.
Did he really word it that he's coming? I saw like only 2 more tournaments left. I'm gonna give it my all or something like that. I saw him like tweet something like that.
I saw Jake Lucky tweet that.
Yeah, I was hanging out with him in Austin, and we were just talking about like he was like, yeah. He was like, dude, it's so. And he was sort of on the fence, like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Like, it's like, why the fuck would I play? Like, it's so.
That's kind of what everyone was thinking.
But why you're gonna play is because there's fucking the worlds or whatever at the end of the year, and that's a stupid amount of money.
Yeah, like $2 million, right? Something like that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that these team changes are happening. I don't think. No offense to TJ, even though he's done nothing but verbal me my entire, especially my late career and every other fucking day. I haven't seen that guy go positive more than like 2 maps in like the last 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't stream anymore, so I don't even think people know what his screen looks like. Like you can sort of get away. Like when you stream, people can sort of figure out if you're good or not. When you don't stream, you can still sort of get by with like only going neg 1 or like neg 2. You could be playing fucking horrible and still go like +1. Like I've had plenty of games where it's like I'm playing pretty fucking bad and I'm still just neg 1 or like +1 or whatever. And I've also had games where I'm playing good as fuck and I'm going like neg 4.
Yeah.
But it's just like TJ doesn't stream anymore. I don't know what the fuck he does. He moved down here, hasn't hung out with us maybe once. Have you seen TJ since he moved here?
I've hung out with TJ and Ivan.
Okay.
Or Ivan.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know. I'm sure I haven't talked to TJ regarding this game, but I'm sure he doesn't like it or just finds it is boring as fuck. There's fucking nothing to do on the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's just, like, imagine playing ranked on Vanguard was, like, pros. Well, I guess that is what pros have to do.
It's literally what pros. It's a good example, actually, because no one's caring.
Yeah, no one gives a, no pros want to play it. It's super boring. The ranking system's probably trash on Vanguard as well. It means nothing. It's just.
Did that ever happen in Halo prior to this? Like, where a team was winning and then someone got dropped from the winning team? Because it happened in COD with like Clayster and Damon.
It happened after we won 2009 Nats. We won Nats, and then Cloud left, which was a good decision, to be honest. Like we won 2009 Nats. Cloud left after that event for like Roy, Lunch, and Elamite or something, and then they won like 3 tournaments in a row the next season. So that happened. I don't know if anyone else has won an event and dropped someone. I don't think so.
Because people always say like there's a lot of criticism that comes whenever you drop someone after a win. There's a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
So people are already talking like shit about Sentinels. Sentinels are if this happens,
they're idiots though.
If this happens, Sentinels is going to be definitely like I think the crowd is going to be against them in a way.
I think
kind of the way that like
I think regardless they're gonna be fucking nasty and it doesn't fucking matter. I think people on Twitter might be against them, but I don't think the crowd will be against them.
You don't think so?
No. I think they're gonna be. Who did Sentinels play with in the online tourney? TJ or
I don't think they played.
To be honest, I think
they didn't play the first week. I don't know if they played last week.
I think Royal 2, I've seen Royal 2's screen. He's good as fuck. I'd put him in like my top 5 for Halo Infinite, like POVs that I've seen. Royal 2's good as fuck. Snakebite's always fucking good, and that guy grind. Like, he wakes up, he streams, he does the sort of a NEAC schedule. I like stream in the morning, go do whatever. But he like grinds matchmaking, like his nerdy heart's always in it.
Always in it.
And then Frosty hates the game, but he's just
disgusting,
Frosty, and like this is his prime, so he's just nasty regardless. And then picking up Renegade, who I would say Renegade or Lucid are the best players in the game. I don't know. They're gonna be, if it happens, they're gonna be scary.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
People, I just don't think people want to see like beat downs. But so that means the C9 is playing, and C9 replacing Renegade with Bound is not, if that's what's happening, that's not an easy team either. The team is still stacked.
Bound's basically a mini Renegade, kinda. He's that team would be good as well. And I think
I wonder why Renegade left.
I think eventually, team changes are still gonna happen, and there's gonna be some fucking like some god squads.
I feel like it's
like Sentinels now is competing for first. Well, I mean, they won last tournament. I don't think anyone was fucking
expecting them to.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, OpTic should have lost them, but Formal shat the sheets. But Sentinels is definitely gonna be like, people are gonna be expecting them to be in the finals. I would think.
Yeah. People were calling Renegade Kevin Durant.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny, right?
Kind of makes sense.
But I mean, if you're in, if that comes up, if that's a situation that comes up and you're Sentinels and you're like, hey, not only could we get a good teammate that is possibly the best player, one of the best players in the world, but also it kind of breaks down another top 3 team. If you're taking him away from C9, it's kind of like you kind of have to.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's always, there's been teams formed before where people are like, oh, these guys are going to be like a god squad. And then they like turn out to, then they play like Sentinels could play C9, and it's like Bound goes off. And people are like, yeah, should have. Then the whole thing of like, you should have fucking lapped up.
Yeah.
But then it's like the tournament after Sentinels will win like 2 or 3 straight or like something like that. Like stuff like that sort of always happens. I've been on some like online god squads to where we don't lose a scrim and I'm just getting carried. Like me, Demon D, Snipe Down, and Hines, or me, Demon D, Snipe Down, and Tizoxic. We're the best team, like not by far online, but like we were the best team online. We went to like a pre-LAN.
What year is this? What game?
2010, Halo 3.
Oh, okay.
We went to like a pre-LAN with like the other top 6 teams. All like the best 6 teams were there, and we like we shit on everyone like map count wise. And then the tournament's the next week or week after or something, and then we get like, what did we get? I think we got. Did we get top 12 once? I know we got 5th, I think, at Nats, but I think the tournament before we got top 12, and it's like we were shitting on every single team at the LAN, and then we get to the tournament and we just like shat the fucking sheets, and I'm like, you guys fucking choke. Like, you guys were shitting. Like, where's it at now? Like, I'm still doing my part. I'm neg 1. Like, how are we not fucking winning?
That's such a funny.
Why aren't you plus fucking 17 like you were?
I did my part. I'm neg 1.
I did my part. I'm neg 1 with least assist and no OBJ.
Funny. The funniest shit.
That was probably the most. I played when that team was sniped down. I played pretty good the first event, but I think like the next event I played average. There's been a few events I left and I was like, God damn, I was so fucking average. But I've also just fucking dominated some events, but it's never on main stage.
It's never on main stage. Maybe it's the crowd.
Stage. I just wasn't on main stage that much either. But
yeah,
I had my moments.
That one moment on Coliseum, in Halo 5, that shit was so sick.
You want a brewski? Well, when I was going off with Snipe?
Yeah, I'll take a brewski.
Yeah, I have my moments sometimes.
Or just another White Claw. Yeah, I remember thinking like whenever that was happening, you were like shitting with Snipe. And that was the first time, I think that was like the first time that like I had seen a crowd, because it was one of the first Halo 5 events that I had shot. It was the first time I had like seen a crowd.
Yeah.
And they were going ape shit.
And I was on Addy and Zan's off my fucking ass.
I remember
being nervous as fuck before that and like taking like a bar like right before a match, and I calmed the fuck down and just locked the fuck in. Would not recommend though, because that was a fucking fluke.
Yeah. And I remember being so proud during that moment, because I feel like tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like before we moved into the Scuf house, not a lot of OpTic fans really cared about OpTic Halo.
Yeah.
I think the OpTic Halo's hype started whenever you guys started doing those online qualifiers with like Stellar and Cleat in the basement.
Yeah. It did get kind of hype. I remember one time we were doing I think it was like a last chance qualifier, and Flame was streaming. I never liked streaming because I felt like I played worse, like just knowing people were watching every fucking movement. But Flame was streaming, and he had like 29,000 viewers or something.
Insane.
That was fucking nuts.
29,000 viewers for a last chance qualifier that you guys ended up winning.
And I remember people were just saying how bad Flame was after that, because they're just like watching his screen the whole time, or at least people like Lethal and people like that. Like, and at that time we were only like, I think we were fighting for like the 8th spot.
Dude,
or
I can't even remember the two guys you teamed with.
Lifestyle and
Chaser. Damn, I do remember now. Lifestyle and Chaser.
Our team was so bad. That is like the first time I was like, no one's gonna like. I like truly felt like no one's gonna like do better than me. Like, it's up to me. Everything is on my fucking shoulders right now.
You
like
can't go
Chaser played pretty bad, just completely average. It was fucking. I think I remember at the event his fucking communication was so bad. He was just like dead silent. I don't know if Lifestyle's never really placed at the top. He's maybe gotten like top 8 a few times, but like it was sort of just I don't even know how it came down to that, to like get those players. But
because wasn't that right after Stellar left? And then Cleat left, or did Cleat retire, or did he leave as well?
He just quit.
He just quit?
Yeah.
Stellar left, and he was like, he saw you and Mike and was like, pfft.
Yeah. Stellar had the opportunity, because we didn't qualify for
X Games.
Yeah, I think it was like the top 6 teams made it to X Games, and we didn't make it. And then he got an offer, and then the rest is history. And then I know I had some like opportunities to make a change. I mean, I couldn't leave OpTic. I could leave OpTic, but I didn't want to leave OpTic. I wanted to stay OpTic, but like, I didn't want to like drop Mike, or I don't know. I just, because like it was like Mike joined OpTic. He started the Halo team. I joined him, Ace, Cleat, and it was like that was top 2 of my favorite teams ever, probably.
Mike, Ace, Cleat.
Me, Mike, Ace, and Cleat. Like that was.
How's Cleat doing?
I think he works at 343.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He'll come into my chat sometimes, and I'm like, dude, what's going on over at the studio? What's going on over at the studio, Cleat? Huh?
Dude.
And he'll just like type a smiley in my chat.
Dude, you had that just hit me for a throwback.
What, that voice?
That voice, yeah.
What's going on?
Dude, he is so funny.
Mom.
Dude, he's so funny.
He's the most like unknown funny person ever.
Oh, it's not like known in the Halo scene?
In the Halo, like the pros all think he's hilarious. And like maybe some AMs know, but like it's, dude. Yeah, he's like my top 2 funniest. I don't even know who I'd put in front of him, but like he's one of my favorite people ever.
Dude,
like we went to Germany as a team, and it was so fucking hilarious, man. It was so funny.
That's when like what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, I have him added on Pokemon Go. So that's my
really?
one That's my one interaction with Cleat, even though I don't play Pokemon Go anymore. But that shit was wild. So many people were watching you guys play fucking single elimination best of 3 tournaments every Saturday, and you guys would grind every week. And I just go down. I remember going down there with just like a cup of almond milk and was just sitting behind you guys watching.
Dude, we fucked ourselves in the. I think it was the first tournament. What did happen?
Y'all choked in the first tournament?
We choked in the first tournament. I forget what we placed. I think we got like top 16. And I think it was like a best of 3.
It was a best of 3.
So it's just like, dude, that was so fucking stupid.
Best
like
of 3 single elim.
Yeah. And like scrims and stuff, we're solid. We're like trading maps with teams and stuff. Like we weren't horrible. Like we were definitely a top 8 team. But it's just like we fucked up the first tournament, like choked against. We probably played like a solid. Probably played like an underrated team, like oh shit, this is gonna be like a tough match, but we should definitely win. And then it's like, holy fuck, like we didn't play good. And then it's like, whatever, man, we just practice every day, bounce back next week. And then next week, fucking every week after that, we were playing Sentinels for CLG, like top fucking
you literally played
whatever.
You literally played CLG 4 weeks straight for top 8.
Yeah,
in a single elim tournament.
We were just cucked from that point on. Yeah. So like that did not help at all with Halo 5 or for my Halo 5 career.
That's when the fucking Reddit turned against you guys. I was so pissed.
I may have looked at the Reddit once, but yeah, never. But yeah, that fucked us for Halo 5 for sure. Eventually, and then Stellar left. That was such a fun landing in the basement.
That shit was fun.
There's like a picture of like you and Bose sitting behind us, just like watching.
Dude, that like month was so much fun, and that was the first time that felt like there was hype around another esport in OpTic.
Yeah,
just because like people loved Mike already, like Mike's in all the videos, and then you're like picking up steam then too. I mean, that was like a couple months after you threw up on the floor.
People started loving me at that point.
Yeah,
and then Cleat and Stellar joined, and we're like still vlogging and stuff, and like they're probably appearing in like Hex videos or just they're fucking appearing, and like people. I don't know. It's just like such a like fun team, and we just like sort of made it fun, and like. Stellar sort of was just there laughing at everything, and we like not picked on him, but it was sort of like he's the quiet guy, so it's like funny. We sort of just like poke at him.
That picture of those videos of Stellar, like before he had the long hair, he was like he just looked like a kid. Well, he was. How old was he? I never even thought about that.
I don't even know how old. If I was to guess his age now, I'd say like he's 25.
So he was like 18.
Yeah, he was probably like...
Holy shit.
He was probably like 18, 19, 20, something like that.
Just moves into a house. I didn't even realize that at the time. We were like 24, 25, 26.
I think it did take... 18-year-old. I could be completely making this up, but I think it did take like... Not convincing his mom, but like...
Mike had to talk to someone or something.
Maybe. Yeah. I think he was like that young to where it's like this first time like... Just being a gamer nerd, it's like your parents are used to you being like sheltered in your room, and then just like I'm gonna fly to Chicago for I don't even know how long we were there, like a few weeks or a month,
right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's good times. Some of my favorite memories.
Where did they sleep? I wonder where they slept. I think maybe Seth hadn't moved in yet, so they were I bet you they were in the theater room. Because I don't think Seth had moved. No, Seth definitely had not moved in yet.
They were in the theater room, I think. Yeah.
That's so funny, dude.
There were, bro, that team going to Germany was so funny. We got invited to Halo 4 was about to come out, and it was like a pre-tournament, sort of like before Halo 4 even came out. We were there like a week before the drop, and we were there for a tournament.
Like playing Halo 4?
Like never really played the game. Dude, we're playing against like some UK teams, but like they fly or 343 or whatever like flies us out because we were the most like popular Halo team, just being OpTic.
Yeah.
They fly us out. They put us up in a. I feel so nasally right now. They put us up in some random ass hotel in some random ass town. Like, when I'm talking town, I'm like, think of a hometown. Like, think of a hometown from North
Like
Carolina. Hagerstown. We're in fucking we're in the Hagerstown of fucking Dublin, Germany, or wherever the Cologne,
Georgia.
Was it Dublin or Cologne? I don't know.
Okay.
But we were in some just basic ass town. No one's. I would say 80% of the places we went, they didn't speak English. The hotel we were at didn't, which it was like almost not like a hotel, but it didn't have AC. And well, apparently that's like sort of a thing over there to just not have AC.
Just don't have AC.
Didn't have AC. Nothing but
probably
fucking
makes them better
sparkling
people.
water. We like kind of made friends with the front desk girl. She was like sort of our age, and like she like let us take you had to like rent bikes, but she just like let us take them, and we just like ride around, and like we fucking got shit on in the tournament. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that was the worst tournament experience I've ever felt. Like, the lights on the main stage were literally blinding. Felt like crazy input delay. It felt so shit. It didn't even feel real.
That's the Zuma effect. If you get shit on, just say the lights were affecting you.
That was the first time lights ever did anything to me. But yeah, we got shit on. And then, but they 343 had like stuff planned. It was do they have PAX over there? Is it a PAX? Like event?
Oh, PAX or like a DreamHack or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
like a big like event.
Yeah.
That like Halo was also included in, but we got knocked out, and then like PAX or whatever the hell we were at, or 343 like had like a boat party, some party like different nights. One night was like a boat party. One night was like a they didn't rent out a club, but it's like a large. I think they rented like a section of the club, and like some of it was like outside, and it was just so fucking fun. And like we would go to that stuff, fun as fuck. The UK Halo players were so fun. Like
really?
they were so fun. They turned into like some of my favorite people. But yeah, it'd be like daytime, and we like wake up, we go try to find food because no one speaks English. We ride the bikes around. We like get drinks. We're basically like drunk riding our bikes around. Like,
that's not good.
We're like just fucking. We're just fucking with Ace. Like, it's just me and Cleater just like just fucking around with Aaron, taking like stupid. Like, we went on a long ass bike ride, and like Aaron's hair was like just sticking like straight up, and he just has like we're like sitting down. Drinking or like eating or something. He has like a beer in front of him. His hair just straight up. It just looks dumb as fuck. I mean, it just did. I think Cleet made it one of his emotes on his Twitch channel. Oh, it was so funny, man. That was definitely, I would say, that team, and then my 09 Nats team, me, D in the clutch, and Cloud are my top two teams. Good old days, man.
Those are good days. Dude, every time somebody says somebody says Halo 4, the fucking sound of that BR hits my brain, and it pisses me off. It sounds like tin cans.
Yeah, I don't even really. Yeah, it's dude. You didn't even get unzoomed in that game. It's so fucking bad. Every time and like Hex like yelled at me because like Halo is my lane. Like there's opportunities for me in Halo, and he's like, stop fucking like talking shit about Halo Infinite or Halo 5 or 343 or someone from 343 or who's in charge of how I just always like will say shit, complain about shit. He's like, stop fucking complaining about it. Like,
yeah,
this is like your lane, like capitalize off it. But it's just like, it's fucking hard when like Halo's my game, and I like grow up playing Halo 1, play Halo 2, play Halo 3. Halo Reach I thought was solid. Well, not the first year, but after they did like no bloom, no sprint.
Yeah.
And then 343 takes over, and it turns into the first drops Halo 4. I'm like, this shit fucking sucks. There were like no big tournaments for it. I'm like, yeah, this shit's trash. Then they drop Halo 5. Hated that as well. It felt like shit. Now they drop Halo Infinite. It's just like I just don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to just like support.
Yeah. Imagine. I've always thought that like between it seems like every esport that I've gotten like really into, they've had some sort of like struggle scene. Like it's been a struggling scene. You know, I shot the.
Well, this has been 10 years.
I shot the Halo team. I shot the Call of Duty team. I shot the Gears team. I've been watching Super Smash Brothers Melee for 8 years, and it's like all of those scenes just imagine if you were like, hey, I want to play a video game. What game should I get addicted to? And you got addicted to CSGO. It's like you're set. You're still playing it. Like that's got to be so dope.
Yeah.
You're still like, oh, it's Dust 2's next map. Like that's I
wonder
sick.
If they got to be like, do changes happen in it?
I don't know.
Like, do changes happen to where pros are like, God, this game fucking sucks now. This shit is so
I'm sure,
trash.
I mean, every game is like that in a sense, but like if you play Counter-Strike, if you play Valorant, if you play League of Legends, like you got it pretty good.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
You know your game is like, there's not going to be a random change where the next game is going to be a completely different developer.
Like imagine CSGO comes out with a new game. There's sprint. They're sliding, wall jumping.
Yeah,
like it would be.
People would be like, "What the fuck?" That's exactly what's happening.
That's sort of
what's happening. Gears, COD, Halo, and then in Smash they just stopped caring altogether. They're like, "Yeah, we don't even want you guys to throw tournaments."
What is? I thought. Well, no, Smash did change, but like,
There's a bunch of different Smashes, but the thing with Smash is something that I've never seen in any other esport. Where like, imagine if Halo came out, like Halo Infinite comes out. And you got like a bunch of people play it, a bunch of people like it, but a ton of people are like, yeah, it's not for me. And so the Halo 3 scene is still so big that they're throwing majors. That's kind of what's happening in Smash. Is the newest game is always going to have a scene, like Ultimate right now, I think it's called Ultimate, has a scene, but like Melee will always throw majors. And Melee came out in 2003, right? Something like that. So it's like they're playing a 20-year-old game and still having majors for it.
Yeah, that's crazy that there's a company that's willing to keep that going. Because usually it's like, I wonder how that is working, because...
It's weird, because it's also like Nintendo could technically shut it down, but the Melee scene is like so passionate that like... They do shut down a lot of tournaments. What?
There'd be like riots if they shut down like the original.
Nintendo legitimately shuts down a lot of Melee tournaments. So to the point where like Evo, which is like the COD champs of fighting game tournaments, like they don't host Smash anymore. Dude, it is hot as
It's
fuck.
hot as fuck.
Just say it. Just say it.
What? Do we have outro
Yes.
How long are we in?
An hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. I have to piss so bad anyway. Thank you all
Sorry,
for
guys.
watching. Do we have any fucking outro music? DJ Emac Craig, spin my fucking shit.